Well, hello everybody. My name Christopher Nutwagon. Guys, I need you all to be really chill, okay? I need you to like everybody stay chill, be calm. It's going to be fine.
Everything's okay.
I don't know if you just heard that, but RubyTrue is here. So, I need you guys to don't freak her out, okay? Just be cool. All right?
You're acting like I'm a little squirrel.
You might be, I don't know. You did a cat video.
Yeah.
Squirrel video's next.
I don't even know how I would attempt to do a squirrel video.
I don't know. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Oh my god. That program.
From the 80s. I'm showing my age.
Yeah. It's like so old. So old. Chippendale and they did another spin-off with like and Friends, didn't they? And then they had like all the other characters. Or did I just make that up in my mind?
I think they did.
Like when they were growing up and they were like teenagers.
They might have. I'm I'm very bad with my Disney.
Is it Disney?
Yeah, it's definitely Disney because it's on Disney Plus.
Okay, I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh, I have the Disney Plus. I
I can.
was a day one Disney Plus subscriber.
We got it in the UK like only recently. It's not yeah, it's not been out in the UK for long, so I haven't looked at it yet, but I might get it.
Oh yeah, I remember when it came out and all of my UK friends were sad, and I was sitting here watching everything.
What I found interesting is that everyone seemed to have watched The Mandalorian and it wasn't even in the UK and I'm like, how are you all watching The Mandalorian?
Oh, everybody from the UK was watching The Mandalorian.
Yeah. I was like, interesting. Everyone knows this program, and we don't have the program.
And be like, how do you know about Baby Yoda?
I think like the US like companies that put stuff out should know that people just if they want to watch it, they're gonna find it anyway, and
Yeah,
they should launch things at the same time, even if it means waiting a little bit, because otherwise, yeah, people are just gonna find it.
yeah. I watch a lot of British TV, a lot of British panel shows like Celebrity Juice and stuff. Always
Oh,
on YouTube.
really? You
Yeah.
watch those? I don't have TV. Like, I'm so glad to be rid of all of that.
Oh yeah, I watch all the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. I watch all those things.
You know, we have to pay like a TV license.
I do.
So that's why I don't have TV.
That's
I don't
so that's so
I
weird to
don't
me.
watch any of it really anyway. And I realized I was watching like Netflix way more and I was watching everything else a lot more. So yeah, I just got rid of TV. Like, yeah. They'll
It
still try and make you pay it every year and be like, you'll get put in jail if you don't have this. And you're like, okay.
didn't they say that they had vans that could detect whether you had a TV or
Yeah.
not?
I don't know. Wrapping your telly in foil and stuff. I don't know. They used to try and scare you. I don't know if they still do. I just ignore it.
Uh,
Because I literally don't even have a TV aerial. There is no way. I guess in the digital world now, there could be a way I could be watching it. But if I wanted just terrestrial TV, like there's no way I can even get it in my house.
I just used my
Mm.
television for YouTube.
Yeah, basically mine's YouTube, Netflix, TV, Twitch. A
Yeah,
lot of Twitch.
yeah.
That's what I
I'll
use it
fall
for.
asleep listening to Twitch on the TV.
Yeah, a lot of people like say they put like ASMR on their TV from Twitch, which I find really interesting because like most people want it with headphones, but I feel like the difference between YouTube and Twitch ASMR is like a lot of people are just looking for background sound on Twitch.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's why like reruns do so well on Twitch because people want to find their artist and just have it on in the background like 24/7, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But there's a huge difference in like the style of ASMR on Twitch and YouTube, I feel.
Yeah, it's very different. I would.
Like if you were to do soft spoken on Twitch, I think a lot of people would. I have done soft spoken actually, and people are like, "Oh wow, you're loud." Like, there's like I love the ASMR audience over on Twitch, but I feel like they've just been exposed to one part of ASMR, and they need to go find like this crazy world on YouTube of like creative weird stuff and people like Ephemeral Rift and some of my favorites that just make barely any sense, but you just can't stop watching them.
I had a feeling you were a Rift fan.
Yeah.
Like, like he has his whole like world. Um, like
That's what I would like aim for on my channel. Like I sometimes get distracted and feel like I should be like other people and just do an ASMR channel. But it's always the ones where I just go for whatever I feel like that do pretty well. Or they don't do as well as like some of the super weird ones, but like they're growing, like they're growers. Like I did a complete nonsense role play and it's like it's growing. Like the first initial boom of viewers isn't there, but people are watching it and it's growing and people will say things to me about that role play over other role plays because it sticks in their head because it's different. And I think like that's a real aim for my channel is just to stick with that being myself.
you know what
Um,
did really well, and it was really simple, and it's one of my favorite videos you've ever done.
what's that?
You did this hugs, reassurance, cuddles, and positive affirmations video,
Mm-hmm.
and that video did tremendous, and it speaks to the sort of like disconnect in the world of like
Yeah.
how the human touch is so important, and so like human contact is so important to mental health, and I just thought that that video really spoke to that, and yeah.
Yeah, I felt kind of cool to make that at that time. It was when like lockdown had happened in a lot of places and people were having a bit of a freak out and yeah, I was just like, what do people need? What can I make? Like, yeah. I think was that the one that was inspired by Jim's video? Jim made a very similar video and I was like, this is like what people need. And I watched his and I was like, I love this video so much. I want to make one like similar. I asked him if it was all right. And he's like, do it. Which is always nice as well. Like, I think it's really hard in the ASMR community as a creator to not like so many themes are so common in ASMR, and
Yeah.
it's about taking that common theme and making it your own. And I think when you're a creator that's kind of got their own like imagination and you've got all these like ideas, you don't feel threatened by like other people taking your idea because everyone's going to do it differently.
Yeah.
And I think as long as it's credited and as long as like they mention it and or like ask you or whatever, like I really don't have a problem. Or if someone was to tag me tomorrow and be like, this was inspired by Ruby, and I'll be like, oh, that's really sweet. Because I think inspiring people is really nice. And I think like unless someone goes because I've seen this, like I've stayed out of this drama, but I've seen people be like, oh, copying my videos on Twitter. Um and I can see how it can feel when something's very personal to you and it came completely out of your imagination.
Yeah.
Like my cat video, I don't know where that came from and I don't know why I wanted to make it like that was your job being a cat.
Yeah.
Um
A cat
and
who was originally a clown.
yeah, going back to being a clown. But like that just completely sprung into my mind. And I think when something like that springs into your mind and it's you literally have no idea why you even thought about it. If someone was to take that exactly and remake it, that feels weird. But if someone was to like, oh, can I carry on your little job series, like of having weird jobs? I'd be like, yeah, of course, because they're gonna take it and put their spin on it and put their idea on it. But there's like a gazillion spa videos, there's a gazillion like dentist videos and optician videos, and and I think it's about doing those things and just for doing it for yourself.
You don't have a lot of medical role plays, and I love that.
Yeah, I've just got a optician and a doctor.
But for me, I'm a disabled person, so like I see doctors all the time.
You're like, damn, I don't want to fall asleep with another doctor.
Exactly.
With another doctor again. But yeah, it's I just enjoy the creativity, and I enjoy finding those artists that are out there. Like I mentioned Jim already,
Yeah.
and Crinkle Lovin',
Yeah.
and Tippy Tappy's coming into his own. I'm really enjoying his content.
Yeah.
But people finding themselves and finding like that thing, and I'm still kind of like stumbling through that journey, even though I've got like 100 videos on my channel. I feel like I'm still stumbling through that. I'm hoping like I hit a rhythm of like, this is what I like making and this is what people like watching. And you get to that point, the ephemeral rift point, where you can make any nonsense and everyone goes, I love it. Because that's the audience that you've grown around you, is the audience that likes you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They come for you, and that's where it is.
Yeah.
Like, but how did you fall into the ASMR game on Twitch?
How? I was one of the first people on Twitch doing ASMR.
Yeah.
I didn't know other people were doing it, and then one night I found Mary and then Sweet Glace. I think we were like the only three doing it. There may have been a couple of others I missed. But yeah, basically I was like gaming. I've got a whole like why I do ASMR video on my channel. And I also did like a whole thing for Tira. But yeah, long story short, I was like suffering with really bad anxiety and I was feeling really stressed. I was partnered on Twitch already. I was full-time streaming, or part-time to full-time streaming. Had a part-time job and I was streaming all the other time in between. And I just had so much like anxiety, and I found playing games on Twitch started become like to induce anxiety. And I just found it very hard to stream or do anything. Like I was pushing myself through life basically because I didn't want to give up what I'd built on Twitch. And I used to play The Sims a lot, and people would be like, "Your voice is really chill." I'm like, I'd be like, "Why is my chat always dead?" And then someone was just like, "'Cause you're basically ASMR." And I was like, "ASMR? What?" And I looked it up and I was like, obviously, I feel like I say this to people that come into my chat that are like, this is weird. I'm like, I know, right? Because I think as an ASMR artist, you've got to be open to people going, well, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Because the first time I saw ASMR, I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I poked around and found different ASMR, The
Yeah.
first thing I ever found was just a set of ears on a table with someone like rubbing them, and I didn't have headphones on, and I was just looking at this thing like, why are they rubbing ears? And now I'm like, can you please rub ears? But yeah, I found it and I started listening to it myself and found more artists. I came across like Fribby and GB First, and quickly started to find like, what's the guy who wears contacts? He hasn't shown up on my timeline for ages. I should go and
Night
like
Shift.
night shift. Yeah,
He's been on
and
the show, friend of the show. Love that guy. He's a good dude.
I found him, and then I found like a thermal rift, and then I found some of like GB's role plays, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I found myself just watching it, and I was like, and then I put headphones in, and then I was like, oh, I get this now. I was like, this is super relaxing, and like I get the most response from like close-up whispers and like plucking and face touching.
Yeah,
That's like where most of my ASMR is, like for me. And yeah, I was just like, oh, I actually get this. I
yeah.
like this.
I like
And so
the.
I just started playing with my Blue Yeti mic. So I'd be like, I'd do my normal stream, and then at the end of the stream, I'd be like, guys, we're just gonna try ASMR for a bit. And I'd just like play with my Blue Yeti mic and play with the settings. And people were like, I like this too. And I was like, okay, cool. It took me a whole year to be able to afford a binaural mic. Like,
Wow.
it took me a whole year to save up for a binaural mic. So I spent like a year with my Blue Yeti, and pretty low key on Twitch, like just sat in the IRL section doing a little bit of whispering and chatting to people and learning triggers and
Oh,
just
there
chilling
wasn't
there.
even an ASMR section.
No, no.
Wow.
I was just in a section called IRL, which is now just chatting. And so yeah, I just sat in IRL and would just hang out with people and whisper and stuff. And then I got my SR3D mic. It's SR3D, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one with the red bit.
Yeah, and then I got that mic, and I got like, obviously the sound is so different. I got like really into it. I would just like sit with my mic on my own, just like making sounds in it.
Doesn't the
And that was
SR3D mess with your Wi-Fi?
no
Hmm. I heard from someone that it messed with the
mess with
Wi-Fi.
their Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Alien.
yeah, that it like interfered with the Wi-Fi or something.
That's strange. I wonder if they had it like everything plugged into the same plug.
I don't know. That's what Seafoam told me.
Yeah, maybe if it's all on the same circuit, like in the same plug, like sometimes you can get electrical interference with things.
But this was years ago though. This was like early days. So
Yeah.
maybe things are different.
But yeah, then I got my SR3D, and then I was still in the IRL category. Like ASMR on Twitch has only been around like maybe what, a year and a half? Like the actual category.
Yeah,
Um,
when I noticed because I started coming around Twitch when I found Maddie's channel, and I was like, oh, okay, you do Twitch? What's this about? Because I always thought it was just gaming and stuff. And I was like, I went in
no.
fully expecting this lady to like be playing games and stuff, and she
So
wasn't.
I went full-time ASMR like before the ASMR section existed. So yeah, it was interesting. Like I think because the ASMR section is pretty new, people think I'm new to it, but I've been doing it for a long.
Oh no, you're OG. Like
I literally feel like a grandma.
Granny Ruby.
Grandma of Twitch ASMR.
No, but not to be funny, but people do look up to you like that as sort of the
That's sweet.
a lot of creators that I know, and you know me, I've talked to everybody. Um,
That's sweet. You're gonna make me blush.
they always talk about you, about how influential you are to them, no matter who they are. Like I was talking to Cami, and she was talking about how influential you are to her.
That's sweet. Yeah, I think as a creator, it's hard to see sometimes. Like I am just me in my house, like, and so's like all the other ASMR artists with whether they've got like a million followers. You've just got to remember that like people are just them in their house, and it's like so hard to fathom. Like I know every single number on my stream and every single number on my YouTube is a person, and I try and like think of that because it's insane. Like
Yeah.
whenever I try and like measure something and I start comparing myself against other people, I'm like, I've got 27,000 people that have chosen to follow me, like subscribe on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, they have.
That that's a lot of people. Even though like every now and then I'll be like, why have I not hit 30? You know? But you have to step back and appreciate like everything just takes time to grow, and um everyone gets their time as well. I think if you stick working at something that you enjoy, even though like sometimes it might be hard and sometimes you might feel like you're riding a wave and you're on top of the moon, like people appreciate you. And I think one thing I keep telling my viewers on Twitch is we're very quick to write a comment if we're mad or outraged, but less quick to write a comment if something's nice. And we need to learn to, not for my ego, for other people as well. Like, I need to do it as well. If I enjoyed something, I need to tell them
Yeah.
because otherwise it just goes unmissed. And then it's so easy to dwell on like that one negative comment you got
Yeah.
that day
Yeah, you
and
don't.
not realize that hundreds of other people loved it.
That happened to a friend of mine the other day. She did a video with a very huge creator, and she got a few negative comments, and she focused on those, and it really fucked with her and really had her down. And
I don't get negative comments on like people go for personal things, and I just think, why did you do that, you ass? Like you know you're just trying to upset someone's day. But yeah,
people,
we as human beings we focus on that, and we need to just drown them out with positive comments and focus on the positive going on.
yeah, it's very human nature to see like a million like nice things and then look at the one negative thing and be like, but what? Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, like people mostly pick on either my looks, my
I
teeth.
I don't see how anybody could pick on your looks.
Like I've got past the point of caring. I know I don't look that bad, like not in like a hey, I'm amazing looking, but like I I don't think anyone looks bad. I was like everyone is beautiful, and like it sounds so cheesy, but like beauty for me isn't about how symmetrical your face is. It's about the charisma and the way you carry yourself as a human being. And if you're a kind, um, happy, and you have that energy and that aura of energy around you, then you're beautiful. And people that are in a lower energy and are stuck in this lower energy and don't appreciate themselves yet, um, like it's hard to see their beauty shine through. They're just as beautiful, but it's hard to see their beauty shine through, and they
It's
just need a little help from other people, and they need that self-love and that self-confidence, you know.
it's all about the personality. I find in my third. I wish like 30-year old like life experience me like could like talk to like 20-year-old body me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, definitely. I think like if anyone younger is listening and they really hate something about themselves, you'll realize like as you get older, like focusing on that one small thing that you hate about yourself is just wasting time. like an energy, so much energy, like thinking about something that is how you are, so you're not going to change like if it's a physical thing, but what you can change is how you feel mentally, and that's what's important.
Yeah, and personality is so much more important.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, listen, here's the thing, all right? See, my legs don't work. I'm sitting down all the time. Guess what? Still getting laid. It's fine. It's okay. Like,
Oh, you got your priorities straight.
you just gotta make them laugh a little bit, and it's good. And you're good. You're in. Doesn't matter what you look like. Of course, shower. Do that. You be
Yeah, have a wash.
have a wash, but like just make them laugh a little bit, and then boom, like like the running bits that I have about that's the name of my sex tape, but like that's
uh,
that's a so Keith and I have this new bit. Um, anytime somebody says something like slightly weird, I'll be like, "That's the name of my sex tape," and he's put a little counter about how many times I've done that joke
oh my
in
gosh.
the corner.
What are some of the best ones that you've thought up so far?
Oh, I can't even tell you when people say stuff, and I'm just like, sex tape. Like,
Oh man, that's funny.
it's fun. It is. So, what inspired? See how I just did that? I changed the thing, and then now I switched the top. Professional, bro. Like,
Smooth.
been doing this a long time. So what inspires you? Like, how do you come up with these ideas? Because you are so creative. You're like you're like Rift territory.
Oh no, don't. One day I will be.
No,
Sometimes I watch the videos and I'm like, damn, that's like my brain. Why didn't I think of that? Um, what inspires me? I don't know.
how do
My
you get these
brain.
ideas?
I just suddenly decide. I've always been like that. Like, I just suddenly decide. And if I don't have one of these like random suddenly, I don't know. Sometimes I don't plan any of my videos, by the way. I don't write any scripts. I don't like I'm planning a Viking video because people really want it, and I'm gonna make like the end of all Viking videos, and I'm planning that. But like as far as like script or anything like that, I won't plan anything.
What
Like the
inspired the
videos,
Viking thing?
um, I just recorded another video and then I walked to the bathroom and then I thought, oh, I could make a Viking video and like wash their face and stuff. Yeah, I'll just draw on my face quickly and I'll make it. Literally. I'm not kidding. That's how that's how most things happen. Like today I wanted to record 3 videos. I have a list of ideas and I can't make the video from the list of ideas unless I'm in the mood to do that video. So today I got up and none of the videos on the list of my ideas were in my mood. And so I made 2 completely different videos that were not on my list.
Oh my goodness.
So if I'm not in the mood to do something, I won't do it. It might sound like a stroppy like teenager, but like if I just feel like being a cat, literally, then that's how I made the cat video. I just felt like being a cat. It just
The cat video is really funny, by the way.
it's just how I had a broken foot while I was doing that.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
just how,
right. You broke your foot on stream.
yeah, it was like meta ASMR. You can hear it break.
That was okay. So like, this is how you know you're very influential in ASMR. I wasn't there. Okay, I wasn't there. All right, I had already left. I think I had like stopped by like earlier in the stream. Um, but I wasn't there. A few days later, I hear about it from another stream. They're like, "Oh, did you hear what happened to Ruby?" And I, sort of like brush it off. I wasn't really paying attention. And then I go to another stream, and they're talking about it as well. Like a whole bunch of other streams were talking about
Oh,
this.
really?
Yes.
They should just like listen to it on stream. It's just I'm kind of sad the camera wasn't up because it was a stream where I was like drawing stuff. Um, but also like just to prove I literally stood up and my foot broke. Like who does that?
Not
Um,
me. Not me. Never. Can't relate. Never happened to me.
I literally stood up and my leg just went nah and just rolled over and broke my foot.
but
Like
but I did see the video, and you tried to carry. You're like a soldier. You're like, ah.
I do carry on. If you watch the VOD, I come over and move my camera up. And I sit there for a while with my foot on the disc going, is it broken?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You like soldier on, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I had to get back because otherwise, how do you switch stream off? I couldn't just lie on the floor forever. Just lying there yelling for my husband, like crying.
But if you did, I think people would understand.
I would have probably got more views.
Ah.
Like that's the weirdest thing about Twitch, yeah. When something's going wrong or like something's not planned or whatever, your view count will like fly up and you're like, oh great, cool. You're just here for the drama. Okay, cool.
Like what ran through your mind when that happened?
Probably just like, oh shit, at least I'm in lockdown. Like I can't go anywhere.
Oh.
And then I was just like, oh, I don't really want to go to the hospital during a pandemic. So I sat on the sofa for a while and ate some chocolate.
Well, I mean, it's a broken foot. I mean, so there's not too many things they could do. But
No, literally, they gave me a boot. It was fractured. They gave me a boot and was like, keep this boot on for like 6 weeks. I don't wear it now. It's just I think it's just tendons or whatever. It really rolled over. It's just sore now.
yeah, yeah, but you're like a really tough lady though. Like like
Uh, I've broken the other foot exactly the same way. So I just think I don't know if I'm tough or just like my body just likes giving up.
nah, don't you like eat fire?
I can eat fire, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not part of a balanced diet. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, don't eat fire, kids, unless you're trained. How did you talk a little bit about that?
How did I learn and
Yeah, how'd
stuff?
you learn the fire stuff?
When I was like a kid, my friend's parents were in the circus, and he used to ride a unicycle around all the time. And so we'd hang out in the park, and he got me like spitting water instead of fuel. And then one day he was like, "Yeah, you can spit with fuel now." And so yeah, I learned to breathe fire in a park in Brighton. And then I really wanted to learn to eat fire, so I like asked one of my friends, Tita, who's in the Fuel Girls, if she would teach me how to eat fire. And then so I went to her house and she taught me how to eat fire. And then from there on, I was like, okay, cool. I'm quite happy with fire. I only did fire breathing for like years. And then I learned to like eat fire and stuff, and used to work a little bit doing like sideshow stuff, doing like fire things, and just this is like I think where like my ASMR gets like content gets linked in with like who I am. Like my whole life, I've always played dress up.
Yeah.
Like I will happily go out in a pair of like fairy wings and elf ears. Like at TwitchCon, they kept putting me in the cosplay line in my normal clothes. I was like, I'm not in cosplay. They were like, oh, the line's shorter anyway, just go through it. I was like, okay. But I was like, I'm literally not in cosplay, I'm just in my clothes. So yeah, I've always like been like that and done like makeup and body painting and fire breathing and made costumes and like created characters to be whilst, doing sideshow stuff like body stapling and hammering nails in your nose. And I've got like a little electric chair like I can get on, and if people pass you light bulbs, they light up because the current's running through you and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it cost me a lot of money. I got it made and then barely used it. I did a photo shoot with it. And the photographer didn't really get me many pictures back. I'm sad. But yeah, like I used to dress up as a clown like regularly for fun. Normal life. Just be a clown.
That's
I,
that's
I
amazing.
haven't barely bought one thing since starting my ASMR channel for like I've bought a lot. I say I haven't barely bought anything. I bought a lot. A lot. I'm looking around me like, okay, that's a giant lie. I bought a lot of things, but like when it comes to like the main expensive looking costumes, there's stuff that's just in my wardrobe. Like,
Favorite costume that you've put together so far on your channel?
I don't know. The weird thing is I like making costumes, but then I like being really comfortable. I hate being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like clothes hurt me, so I'm just like, favorite costume? I don't know.
That's the name of my sex tape.
What I don't know, or my favorite costume.
Clothes hurt me.
Clothes hurt me.
Yeah.
I have fibromyalgia, so like I get really uncomfortable, and I broke my back a few years ago, so like that hurts and stuff. So yeah, I think
Oh
I
my
went
god,
from
you cripple gang too. What?
I'm missing my chiropractor in lockdown. But yeah,
Chiropractors are amazing. I love them.
when you find a good chiropractor, it's like magic.
Cuz like I've, broken steel rods in my back by doing
Ooh,
have I ever told you the steel rod story?
I think so. I think you sent me a picture with something. You
Uh
sent me a picture and you were holding like something that would once inside your body. That
yeah.
sounds dodgy. That could be a sex tape. This was once inside my body.
Well, that's kind of how I broke the steel rods. But anyways, I'm not gonna tell the story on this episode. Keith is probably in the edit right now. He's like, is it gonna tell the story? And then he's probably gonna be like, he's probably gonna cut to a clip of me telling the story right now.
So, what would you say your biggest accomplishment has been, Chris?
Breaking my steel rods that one time.
Oh my god.
No, not this story.
We've all heard it, Chris. We've all already heard it.
I need to start prefacing with your channel at the end of my questions.
The first interview I did with Chris, he told the steel rod story.
Oh my goodness. I love this steel rod story, but it's so funny because I do hear it like I think once an interview, which is hilarious.
And every time I tell it in the show, I'm like, so I've never told this story before. I've told it like a billion times. Like,
well,
yeah,
I think you have to keep your tradition. You already mentioned it, so go ahead. I'll let you.
Go on. Tell your story.
Okay.
So I've never told this story before.
Yeah, we've never heard this story before.
So I've never told this story on air before. So
Nice.
there was this lady. She was a wonderful lady. She would fly down to see me, and she lived out of state, right? Way too hot for me. And we would do our thing, and we would spend weekends together, and it was nice, man. It was nice, man. I was doing the damn thing. Like I said before, like we're going to coin and put on shirts. I was doing the damn thing.
I don't think that's what we meant when we said do the damn thing.
he was doing the damn thing, Griff, okay?
Jeez. I was doing the damn thing. And then next thing I know, okay, I feel something in my back and it goes whoosh. And I said, what? I didn't say what.
and I said, what?
I didn't say what out loud. I was very silent. I was more.
You were silent.
I was about to be like, if I was having like sexual intercourse with someone and they said, and I said, what? I would have been like, what the fuck just happened?
So we was doing the thing. I said, what? And then I'm like, oh shit, something's going on in the back. Cause something went. Okay?
Something's going on in the back.
So next thing I know, I'm like, I got a split second to like make a decision here, right? And as I have stated before, I am a cripple and I have to hold it down for my people, okay? Not every cripple is gonna get it like that all the time. I'm aware of this as I haven't done it in about 3 or 4 years. So I am very much aware that it's a rare thing to get up in there. So I was up in there. I was not going to waste my opportunity. Understand that right now. Okay. So I wait till we're done. And instead of saying, that is amazing. You're beautiful. This is amazing. You're so amazing. Marry me. I didn't say none of that shit.
You're so amazing. Amazing. A million times amazing.
I didn't say none of that, right? I didn't even offer her a sandwich or nothing. I was like, yo, we should probably go to the hospital.
That's what you want to hear after sex. Listen, you know, it was great. I need to go to the hospital.
I mean, it's my favorite aftercare.
I didn't even tell her it was great. I was just like, hey, we should probably
Wow,
go to the
you just
hospital.
left her hanging like that.
Yeah.
Rude.
Turns out that's not what a woman wants to hear. My bad, son.
My bad.
So we go up in there, right? And my mom's like a good old Christian lady, right? So I didn't want her to know what I had been doing, acting a damn fool, right? So we go, they do the x-rays, and they're like, hey, man, you broke some steel rods, you know? But first they asked me how it happened. And I was like, we was cleaning, and
Cleaning.
we was cleaning.
Cleaning my dick.
And exactly. We was cleaning, and now my back hurt, man, and I need an x-ray, yo.
And they knew you were lying, but they rolled with it.
Exactly.
They always know when you're lying.
So I go and get the x-ray, right? And dude's like, hey, man, you broke some steel rods. We're going to have to cut them out. You know, surgery, whatever. But it like, it's not anywhere where you're like in like immediate danger. So they schedule it for like a week later. She flies back to where she lives. She goes back, and I go and have the surgery. And anytime a nurse came in and she was like attractive and shit, I'd be like, yo, check the chart and ask me how that shit happened.
That's his new pickup line now. You know, I'm so good I broke some steel rods in my back.
Yeah. It won't be great for you, but it'll be fantastic for me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Fucking nailed it, bro.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
It's so I know. I can't believe
you went through all that.
all
wow.
of it. It was terrible
Oh.
time, man.
Whew.
We have questions from the fans.
Questions?
From the fans and the friends. Yeah. Tori, who just was on the show, by the way.
Hi.
Yeah. She's wonderful. She's a sweet girl. Favorite thing to do in order to unwind?
I like running a bath and listening to podcasts, like, or a long walk, like in the woods on my own. This is gonna sound like really mean, but before I broke my foot, I could walk the dogs, and then I could go for a walk on my own. Like, I love walking with my dogs, but also like there's a nice thing about going for a walk on your own in the woods
Can't relate.
and like taking. You can roll.
Not in the woods.
Oh, there's pretty flat bits. If you ever came here, I'd take you around a woods where you can get all the way around.
Pretty Flat Bitch is the name of my sex tape.
But yeah, a walk in the woods, taking my shoes and socks off, grounding, listening to the birds. I'm just a giant hippie, like going and seeing some trees and like just sitting in the woods. Maybe take a singing bowl with me.
I do love seeing some trees.
Yeah, I love trees. Like people must think I'm really weird in the woods right here. There's a woodland near me that I love, and sadly a lot of the trees have fallen down recently because of bad weather. But I'll like go out with like a big backpack, and I might take my recording stuff with me. I haven't been able to do it. A, lockdown. B, broken foot. And C, terrible weather. All the good weather has been during lockdown, and I'm like, oh, I could be out filming. So yeah, just going out into nature really, or chilling in the bath with a podcast if I can't, or just some music.
She also would like to know your go-to movie that you could rewatch forever.
Fight Club, or yeah,
Oh,
Fight Club.
Fight Club is a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of been my go-to movie since I was like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just trying to think. I haven't watched it for a long time. The other day I watched Clueless. But yeah, Fight Club.
Isn't Paul Rudd in Clueless?
I don't know. I watched it the first time for ages. The other day,
I
like
think
in
he's
ages.
the guy that plays Ant-Man. I think he's in Clueless. Wow.
I have not watched Ant-Man. I'm really bad with like actors' names and who people actually are. I mean, I'm just like, I know
That one actor.
that guy.
That dude. Well, she whispers, "Oh no, that's Belle." Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Belle. I knew it was you the whole time. Trolley Dolly Belle. She says, "Oh my god, I can't wait to hear this one. Question: Why are you the queen of frog noises? I swear you have the best ASMR frog I've ever seen."
This is the thing on Twitch. People like my wooden frog. I think it's because I don't play it with the stick. I play it with my fingernails. So it's kind of like a cross between tapping and the frog sound.
That's the name of. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
But yeah, I'm guessing maybe, I don't know. The frog sound is, yeah. Well, people who are listening are like frog sound. You know the little wooden frogs.
Yeah, the little wooden frogs with the
Yeah.
little stick and the.
I have
Sometimes
3.
sometimes it's not a frog. Sometimes it's like I've seen
I
them.
have a fish. I have a fish as well.
Oh, there's a fish one too. Nice.
Yeah. I should crack the fish out tomorrow on stream.
Yeah. Gary the Gray, who is amazing, by the way. If you haven't checked him out, you should. He didn't write a question. He just said that he loves you.
Oh, I love you too, Gary.
Knights player, who is one of the sweetest people on the planet, and he's a tremendous artist. He draws like so many ASM artists. He's so good. And he says, first off, congrats to you, Ruby. I don't know what he's congratulating you on, probably being on the show. I'm nobody. But
He's probably congratulating, I don't know. All of us. Thank you.
yeah. Some questions I want to spit out. How do you make your YouTube videos get attention? And have you ever felt nervous streaming ASMR?
How do you make YouTube videos get attention? If I knew, I would do everything. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, like, thumbnail. I underestimated thumbnails when I first started out. Thumbnails. And I think genuine, like, networking. You see a lot of people that are trying to network, and I'm not like they're trying to get their name out. But
Yeah.
a lot of it gets put in my spam comments, because obviously YouTube's picking up that they're posting the same thing a lot around the website. And like, I'm not saying don't go around commenting on other people's work. It's great that you're commenting on people's work. It's most of it's positive that ends up in the spam box, but I'm guessing it's because, you know, they're doing it a lot. That's how it's ending up in spam. But genuine networking, you know, really making friends and making connections and finding people's work you like, and then following them on another platform as well, so you can get to know them a bit more.
Networking is essential if you're doing what I do.
Yeah, I'd like to do more collabs, but I'm like really scared. I'd love to collab with GB, because she was like one of the first people I saw like doing role plays. And I was like, ooh, this could
Oh.
be exciting.
You should hit her up. That would be great.
I've kind of mentioned it, but obviously she's a busy lady. So yeah, like I'd love to, but I'm also like, I'm really aware that I'm a small creator, and people like think I'm just trying to ride off of other people's coattails, and that's like, I just
No, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you.
in comparison, I'm not the biggest.
No,
you know.
See, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but you're RubyTrue. So you might forget this, but you're one of the most influential ASMRtists on Twitch. Period. I don't give a fuck what the numbers are. I don't care. When it comes to influence and people trust what you have to say. They trust that when it comes to the content that you're making, that you come from a place of love and a place of caring, and you provide this safe and valuable and so very needed place for people. And I don't want you to sell yourself short, not even for a minute, because what you do is so very important to so many people.
It made me cry. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do know that. I do. I just when I want to approach people about collabs, I just don't want them to think that I'm trying to like, oh, this person has X amount of followers or viewers.
I'll give you an example. Like so this was a video of yours that I watched the other day, and it actually like made me cry. I being disabled, you know, it can be very isolating, be very sort of like, you know, people are afraid to approach you. And so you sort of like live in this bubble of like, no one can penetrate, no one can, and people are afraid to like, you know, touch you and hug you and all these other things. And so like you don't get a lot of human contact and stuff. And that can be very depressing and lead to, you know, a lot of like, you know, that can bring somebody really down. And I really was, you know, in a terrible headspace, and I like clicked on your hugs video, and I was just, you know, just looking for some ASMR, and it hit me, and I was like, wow, I needed that. And that is just the power of the kind of stuff that you do, and you do this regularly, like on Twitch. Like, you provide people with this
daily. Like, I stream 5 days a week. I've turned one of those days into a gaming day, because I think 5 days a week of ASMR was really draining me.
Yeah.
I forgot the other side part of it too. Like, I want people to be happy, and I want people to love themselves, and I want people to be good and relaxed, and, you know, feel
can't relax all the time though.
But yeah, but for myself, 5 days a week of ASMR, well, 6 days, because I take a day to do my YouTube content. So yeah, I stream Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday I record YouTube content. Thursday, Friday I stream. Saturday I stream, and then I take Sunday off. And in the times like after streams, I'm editing. So I literally 6 days a week ASMR. I was until I put a gaming day in on a Saturday.
But gaming is fun because I mean you can't always be relaxed. You gotta like nobody naps that much.
I don't know. I could try.
Nobody
like-
naps that much. It's fine. Although, bro, yesterday, all right. So my ears have been clogged up, right? And I was like, I've taken harder things. I can handle this. Took a Benadryl. Thought I was gonna be. I did not respect the Benadryl. Okay, that was my mistake.
I don't know if we have Benadryl here, but I listen to a lot of true crime. I don't know. So this is a thing that people like really mistake me for. Like my things I do in my spare time.
I love
are
true crime.
Yeah, true crime, mysteries, horror, and heavy metal.
You ever
Like
heard of a channel called That Chapter?
Yeah, I think I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
he does all like these true crime videos. I love him. There's
I mostly get most of mine from podcasts, but
you should check out the Crawl Space podcast.
a crawl space. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, like
they do
that's my like thing is and people are always like, you like heavy metal? I'm like, yeah, I'm a metalhead. Like since I was a kid, I was like, okay, maybe I was a like child. I don't know. When I was like 13, I liked Smashing Pumpkins, Placebo, and Nirvana, and then it just kind of went from them. My nan once bought me a Cradle of Filth album.
Yeah,
You know Cradle of Filth?
I know Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, my nan once bought me a Cradle of Filth album. I was like, Nan.
That is amazing. I grew up on the Pumpkins.
Yeah.
I grew up
So
Siamese
that's like-
Dream and Infinite Sadness. You know those albums were just I love those albums so much. Even
Yeah.
Gish is highly underrated, but
I always say even. But yeah, like people really, I think that's the thing about ASMR as well. Like sometimes people get in their head that people are always this soft person.
yeah.
And I'm trying to bring out more of myself in my videos and like mix that up with the softer videos so there's a bit of everything. But yeah, like my main aim would be like to be a I was gonna call myself a thirst trap or thermal rift because that's what I was calling myself earlier. Everything's about thumbnails. I'm not ashamed. Like seriously, like 90%. I don't know where I'm getting these percentages from. I've not seen any kind of studies, but
she's got the numbers, you guys.
yeah, I'm making a study up in my head. But like me personally, when I look at things, if the thumbnail doesn't catch me straight away, and like I'm gonna click on a hot girl, and I'm a girl. Like people are always like, "Oh, this is all like for guys," and you're like, "Nah, I'm here for the ladies too." Like, if something's attractive or a person looks good or the thumbnail looks good, like I'm not even saying it has to be like sexy, but just like a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
Will like that's what I'm calling a thirst trap. It's like making that thumbnail captivate that audience.
I'm a simple guy. I saw a video the other day of a girl sitting on her stomach, rubbing a fluffy mic, and her butt was in the shot, and I was like, this is a fucking perfect video. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I watched that. My dad watched that.
I sent it to Cammy. I was like, listen, you're fucking up.
And I don't think like there is definitely a boundary. Like people always like, oh, isn't that ASMR that weird sex thing? I'm like, no. There's definitely a boundary, and I think it's like debated a lot. But I think as a woman, don't allow yourself to lose everything that you are of being this amazing goddess just because you're worried some people might think you're sexualizing something. Because if you're doing something from your heart and you're creating and you're living to your full potential and you're just living it and you are enjoying what you're creating, then do it. Like, I think a lot of women out there worry about, oh, if I do this, is they gonna think that's too sexy? Or, and like, the thing is, I would think like that, and I'd be like, sexy wasn't in my mind when I even created this. That's just what other people like will read into things. And
It's what they're projecting.
yeah, but also like just lying on a bed doing some ASMR is pretty chill.
Yeah.
But the connotations of it from some people might be that it's, and like I always compare, this is a weird comparison, to football, ASMR to football. Football is not sexy. I don't know, maybe to some people it is. To me, football is not inherently sexy. Cars are not inherently sexy. But at some point, someone has sexualized them. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about people that marry cars, or like, I'm talking about like, I know, women in football kits.